It's a sad day for the Premier League, for Manchester United fans, Arsenal fans, um, and whomever it may concern. It's disastrous. Liverpool beaten Manchester City. And again, last time I did a video like this, I had to address the people and say, you know what, fair play, Liverpool. Now, I thought I was going to come on hooded up, ballied up. I even took my hat off because hats off to Liverpool for winning that game. I'm not even here to break it down. It makes me sick. Really annoyed me. I had to sit through a Never a Foul episode, hopefully not hearing about Liverpool and, their ambitions to go and get their 20th league title to match Manchester United. Champions elect, fair play, you won. You've won this. You've won the war. You've won the battle. You won everything, except for the other domestic cups. But even then, who knows? Champions League is still there. This is not an easy recording. I hope you lot can hear this in my voice. But I'm not here to slag you lot off. I'm here to be a little bit salty. I think you should allow me to be, but we'll talk about the game regardless of that. It's a fact that you lot don't even need to be at your very best to even go and win. I don't want to shout. I don't want to scream. Don't even want to nag. I'm just here to say fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Mo Salah. We're going to have some real conversations about this man. I think he gets too much disrespect for my own liking. Plays the brand of football that I quite like. Type of players that I do like as well. Not just the ones that are aesthetically pleasing. You see I'm trying to get my T's and I'm trying to be formal. Sorry if I'm boring you lot, but Liverpool fans, I'm so glad there is no guard of honor, that would be at Old Trafford. It could be for the Arsenal lot. You lot have pretty much been flawless all year. I think you've lost like one game, 2 games if you want to count the FA Cup. I could be wrong. I don't even want to look at the table. It makes me sick. Not just because my team's sitting in like 15th, but it's the fact that you're on the other end, but you're first. The way you're like 11 points clear, I don't care if there's a game in hand. You know, I've tried to force the narrative a little bit. You know, I feel like I've praised Liverpool quite a lot this year, and momentarily, is there cracks forming? No. How did we think even other teams around, like Arsenal, were ever going to compete with that? You know, when they haven't even got Saka, are they even going to go they're going to even get past the next game? Because guess what? They are your runners, as Mons would say. They will just go drop points for you. This was the time that they could capitalize, didn't happen. But it's not even about Arsenal. It's just, at the end of the day, the only team that could really mess up themselves is Liverpool. You lot pretty much are your own worst enemies if you decide to be. We're talking about a man who's come from the Dutch league, broken all of that, that garbage that Dutch coaches and players can't make it in the league as much as, maybe as they used to potentially. Didn't want them around, not good enough, rubbish league. Slots come in and it's pretty much hit the ground running. I don't care. Even if Manchester City were back to their very best, I'm pretty sure it'll be, neck and neck right now in the league. Because at the end of the day, Liverpool have been, as I said, flawless. They pretty much, when it comes to winning games, clutch moments, Mo Salah, I can't believe he's got 52 GA or 51 GA in all comps. About 41 in the league alone. Some stupid. I didn't even know that until today. That's how much I've not been paying attention to this man's goal tally because he shows up on the the score sheet every single weekend. Big up for your FPLs, man. If you lot have got this guy in, but oh my word, it's nitpicking at this point. They didn't even make Liverpool didn't even make a great signing. And I'm sitting there in disgust thinking, we will talk about, managers, including my own, needing this player, that player. I'm missing this player or that player. At the end of the day, Liverpool have also had injuries. At the end of the day, the man is coached. Man management's been quite good. Very good, I say. Team selection's been quite well. Rotated quite well. Speaks in press conferences very well. Even when he comes to breaking down the game, he seems like he's clued up. Doesn't seem to he simplifies everything, but he doesn't seem to overdo it if that makes sense, when it comes to his own tactics. It's not like this. It's a mad positional game for him. It's just he's playing players to their strengths and what they're good at, and he's galvanizing the troops, you could say. So Slot's done absolutely an amazing job, and not many coaches have come and won the league in their first season, but he's going to be an extra one to that list. Conte being one as well. It's just this is a tough recording, I must admit. The fact that is, I'm recording this at 12 at night, roughly, and I'm going to post it in the morning and hope that it doesn't get seen too much. But I'm pretty sure that doesn't escape you guys. Trent, let's just break it down little seconds. Trent was getting ruined by Doku, but with all that flambeing and all that kind of stuff, at the end it was quite toothless from Man City. There's no real attack. They're really missing Haaland. If we go into the game, we talk about how many times this year we said that Liverpool don't even need to get out of certain gears or really work teams. It's like they only get out of gears, or gear 1 or 2, should I say, when you're like 1 or 2-0 down, and then you put the burners on. It's like every single time there's, you might look a little bit leggy in some games, but it's understandable. When you look at this game, I thought Marmoush was trying to get into spaces and whatnot, but in the end, all the pretty football and possession that Man City possessed, I thought it was a decent performance from them. The quality really does come out on top in the end. Van Dijk, Konate, absolutely solid. Defending so well in that second half, right? Robertson wasn't really troubled. One of his better games. I thought Gravenberch and McAllister looked a little bit leggy for my liking, but controlled. And then at the end of the day, again, Szoboszlai, he's been getting fair critiques. All he does is run, and then before you know it, he puts a goal like that, and you haven't won at the Etihad in 10 years. Have people really, really deep that? That's a long time. That's a decade. It's usually a draw or Liverpool losing at this ground. And I think a lot of City fans weren't even confident. But you just got to think, it's just their year. Records are made to be broken, This might be one time that it happens, and then it might not happen for another 5 years. Anfield's doing bits, it's hard to turn over, getting many wins at that ground. It's just heritage at the end of the day when it comes to Anfield and the rest of it. Of course, it's been a lot of bumps in the road. Even this season, I wouldn't say it's been all gung-ho from Liverpool. I still thought there's been problems. Mo Salah contract, that's still a problem, right? Van Dijk contract, problem. Konate, Alisson, potentially, as I've seen. And then obviously Trent. There's been a little bit of managing that has to be so peculiar to make sure that, the senior players don't fall out with the manager because he's been put into a certain situation. And we still don't know, but they're still rallying. And you probably got to big up the captain on that part, and Van Dijk, keeping it together regardless, even though he's got his own situation going on, and also Klopp, and probably, as I like to call him, Michelangelo, and Richard Hughes. But yeah, anyways, it's a collective. And then in the end, the man called Mo Salah is still getting disrespected, and people need to stop calling this guy a legend, because I get it. Thierry Henry's an icon. Cristiano Ronaldo, icon. Mo Salah, whether you like it or not, is an icon. Just because he doesn't favor what the style of football or style of player that you like does not mean he's not an icon. He's paved the way for many young Muslims as well. He's paved the way for many, many stereotypes. That's what I call icon. We call him the Egyptian king. We call him when he goes over to Saudi, eventually he's going to be the next icon. The man's an icon of the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? He does it year in, year out. GA performances. He's 32. I don't expect Salah to absolutely go and do, flipping step overs, flip flaps, and all that kind of stuff. And at that age anymore, you don't need that. People change their game. Players change their games as they get older. The Mo Salah, the flair, it's not as much, but he's changed his game. It's IQ level. People think he doesn't have IQ. Are you mad? Are you mad? He was a menace today. An absolute menace. He got a goal and an assist. And did I mention he's at that age? And we're talking about, 51, 52 GA in all comps, Champions League, the miniature cups, whatever you want to call them, FA Cup, Carabao, Premier League. And he's sitting up there. Top goal scorer. Got the most assists. I think he's got like 16. Maybe he's got 18. I might be wrong. I don't know. Like 26 goals. Some stupidness like that anyway. So 25. Man. And we're talking Ballon d'Or shouts here. If they end up winning the Champions League, what a bow out season if he decides to leave. What a way to leave your club as a legend. One of the best players to ever play for that club. It's insane. Insane. And this is coming from a Man United fan. Good stuff. You have to respect it. Sometimes you eat your humble pie. Not every single time you need salt all over it, because sometimes, you know, your mouth gets dry. You need to go get some water because you're thirsty. You're looking for too much. I'm not even glazing it. It's just the truth. So, yeah, you know what? Fair enough. Fair play. You won the title. I think that's all you're going to get from me tonight. I'm not going to lie. We move. You like the video. You might become a member. You might subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think. Good night. Why is my club so dusty, man?